Afternoon, everyone. Uh, Thank you all to join this webinar today. So today we are going to explore something, a new topic. In our previous session, we have already explored about a new AI tool, and today we are going to learn how we can utilize those AI tools more efficiently and in a way that can save our time and make us more creative. So we will just wait for more 5 minutes for others to join, and then we will start our session for today. Before that, just please let me know if am I audible by giving me a thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up if I am audible to you. Okay. So we'll start in 5 minutes. Let's wait for more people, and then we will. So, let's start our webinar for today. So, in the previous webinar, what we learned is we explored a new AI tool, which was Notebook LM, where we learned how to summarize all the things and how to generate a new audio podcast or video podcast where the student can join, the teachers can join and make our session more interactive. So, that was our previous session. Okay. So, what we are going to learn today is we are going to learn a new thing. In the previous two sessions, I was giving you new examples, new AI tools I was introducing, and I was telling you how to use them. Now, today we are going to learn about prompt engineering, where we will be discussing how we can make a more efficient way, a more useful way to use the AI tool. Okay, so I have already told you about many more AI tools that at the end of the session, again, I will be showing you the page again where I have mentioned all the list for the educators that the basic AI tools that you can utilize. So our today's topic is going to be around what? Around prompt engineering. What kind of prompt, what kind of things you can use so that your AI tool can be more efficient and can be utilized for the maximized thing. Okay. So first of all, I will share my screen. Just please let me know if my screen is visible to you by giving me a thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up if my screen is visible to you all. Okay. So we can start our session now. But before that, I would just like you to ask a single question. I was just getting amazed. We have taken a lot of sessions. Even the teachers are already aware about a lot of AI tools. So how many of teachers are here in this webinar who are already using the AI tools? Please raise your hand or give me a thumbs up. Please raise your hand basically. Raise your hand and just let me know how many teachers are there who are already using the AI tools in their teaching practices. Yeah, okay. 24 people has raised their hands. Okay. More people are raising. Okay. So that means we are already at that stage where we have already started using the AI in our teaching, daily teaching practices, right? So now today we are going to discuss how we can make it more efficient. So first of all, our first topic is prompt engineering for educators. So first of all, let's understand how many of you know about what is the prompt engineering. Please write down your answers in the comment section. What do you understand by prompt engineering? Then we will discuss about this thing. Okay, how we are going to work on this, why it is important, what we are going to get after this webinar. Like you are already giving me 1 hour, your precious 1 hour. So there should be something, some more fruitful at the end of the session. So before that, I just would like to ask you to answer this question. What do you understand by prompt engineering? Please write down your answer in the comment section. Okay, Shraddha ma'am has written giving correct instructions to AI. Okay, Jasmine ma'am has written efficient way of providing the prompt. Okay, writing prompts for AI chatbot to enable AI to answer our questions. Giving a correct and appropriate prompts or message so that we can making our work easy. Okay, giving a clear instructions, setting correct guidelines, okay, to get exact output from AI, okay, proper instructions so that we can desire output. Okay, so after reading all the comments, I can understand that we are already aware about the prompt engineering. All of us are mostly aware. Okay, so let's start our topic. First of all, what is prompt engineering? Crafting well-structured instruction to get useful, accurate, and creative AI output. We are already aware that in the market, a lot of AI tools are available, whether it is Gemini, ChatGPT, okay, whether we are already having DeepSeek, Perplexity, we have a lot of things. But what challenges we are facing is we are not so much aware how to get the maximize useful, accurate output. In the ChatGPT also, we just write down a simple line to get the answer, and that ChatGPT gave us a whole frame where we are just looking for a small part of it. So again, we need to specify it again and again to get the desired answer. So for that, we are introducing prompt engineering so that what we can do is we can just directly give a simple prompt, a simple in a smart way, in a effective way, a prompt. So with that, we can get the desired output. We don't need to hustle with the AI tool. We don't need to invest our more time to research and do all these things. We can just simply write down a simple prompt and then we can get the desired answer, right? Okay. So why it does matter? First of all, in the poor prompt is the vague and unhelpful responses you will be getting. You will be having all the answers that even you are not being desirable. You just want a smart thing from it and it will be giving you the whole picture. So a smart prompt, what the smart prompt can do? It can customize and it can provide you the content, classroom ready content. Okay. For example, let's suppose for the bad prompt, what we can do is uh, no voice and no screens. Yeah, I request all the teachers and educators to check your internet connection again because there are a lot of teachers who are already able to hear my voice and also they are able to see the screen. Please check your internet connection again. And also please give me a thumbs up if you are able to see the screen and you are able to hear my voice. Okay, there are a lot of teachers who are able. So for those who are unable to see the screen and who are unable to listen my voice, please check your internet connection again. I kindly request you to check your internet connection again because if it is the problem from my side, then all of you must be having this thing. But only some of you are having this thing, so that means there might be problem with your internet connection or something like that. Or if it is not possible, then you can just leave the meeting and join again. Try to rejoin the meeting again. There might be some problem with that. Okay. So for example, we were talking about the bad prompt and smart prompt, right? So let's suppose I just want to make a lesson plan being an educator for a water cycle. So what I will write is make a lesson plan on water cycle. That's what we most of us do, right? Agree? So I will be just writing this message and what I will be getting over the chat GPT. Let's see. Okay. I will be opening a new chat over here. Let's suppose I'm just writing make a lesson plan for water cycle. That's it. So what it will do, it doesn't know how much time I am asking, what are the my expectations. It will write down everything that he knows about the water cycle. Okay. You can see it is specifying the timings also, but he is not aware how much duration I'm having in my period. Let's suppose I'm only having 30 minutes to teach the students. So the it is not aware about it and it has just given me some of the amount for the lesson flow. Now, let's suppose we are going to use the smart prompt, which is a design a 40-minute interactive lesson plan on water cycle include for the grade 5 student include objective activities, Bloom taxonomy questions, and short quizzes. Let's suppose just remove the Bloom's taxonomy for now. We will be discussing about it. Okay. Now I will be giving the prompt. Now you will be finding it is for the grade 5, which was not mentioned earlier over here. Okay. And then you can see it has already mentioned the timings over here. It is specifying what we need to do is warm up questions, explanations, group activities, short quizzes questions are also there, wrap up and reflections are also there. So when we just give a smart prompt, a well-defined prompt, so we get the most correct answer. Okay, so that's how we can just reduce our time wastage. Being a teacher, being an educator, our time matters a lot, and we respect your time. That's why we are just having these sessions right now. So here you can see it has demonstrated everything just by giving a simple prompt, but in an efficient way, where I have mentioned that I am seeking a 40-minute interactive lesson for grade 5, where I will be requiring some objective questions, activities, and short quizzes. So everything was mentioned. So that's how prompt engineering works. Now, coming to the next slide, we are talking about learning outcomes of the webinar. So what we will be able to do after the webinar, we will be able So, we will be able to explain prompt engineering and its role in teaching. We can use this prompt engineering in our teaching practices, in daily teaching practices. We will be able to use AI tools to design lessons, quizzes, and assessments. And I believe many of you are already doing, but we are going to do it in more efficient way. Okay. Integrate Bloom's taxonomy into AI assisted teaching. How many of you, please raise a hand, how many of you are aware of Bloom's taxonomy so that we can discuss on it? In case I will be finding okay, only some of you are aware, then we can talk about it in a more detailed way. Otherwise, we will be having a brief explanation of it. Okay, so many teachers, so many educators are already aware about the Bloom's taxonomy. So, can any one of you just write down over the chat what is the Bloom's taxonomy? Meanwhile, I will be covering the slide. Please give a write down answer. What is the Bloom's taxonomy over the chat so that anyone who are not so aware they can be aware about it. Okay. So write effective prompt to engage students at different cognitive levels. Save time in planning and grading while increasing the activity. That is the main purpose for our webinar. We just would like you to save your more time in planning and grading, and you can increase your creativity as well. Okay. And you can even improve the student engagement in your class. So that's what we are going to have a learning outcome as our webinar. So, kindly write down what is the Bloom's taxonomy in the chat box, whoever is aware about it. And till now, I will be just using this chart over here. We can say a pyramid over here to explain it. Okay, Zaya ma'am has written, Bloom's taxonomy is a framework for categorizing educational goals, often used to design learning objectives. It organizes thinking skills into 6 levels, from basic to advanced: remembering, understanding, applying, analyzing, evaluating, and creating. Each level represents a deeper cognitive skills guiding educators to create tasks that promotes critical thinking and learning progressive. Thank you so much, ma'am, to explain us regarding this. So now I think most of us are aware about the Bloom's taxonomy. What is it? It is basically designed for the educators to make it more fruitful for our teachers, for our students, basically. So we are having 6 stages over here, where the first stage is remember, recognizing and recalling the facts, where it can include the MCQs, definitions, and all the things. Then we are having the second step, understand, where we are just seeking our students to understand what the fact means. In the previous one, in the first step, they are recalling it, they are remembering it. In the second one, they are understanding. If they are learning something, what does it mean? Okay. In the third one is apply. Applying the fact, rules, concept, and ideas. Like in a some way, let's suppose we are taking an example for mathematics, trigonometry, my favorite part. That's why I'm taking the trigonometry again. So let's suppose in a trigonometry, I am having a formula. Okay. Let's start with the Pythagoras theorem. In the Pythagoras theorem, I will be remembering the formula. What is the formula? Then I will be understanding how to create that formula. I will be having a better understanding if someone has introduced me a Pythagoras theorem. So, what was the origin of it and how we can calculate it? So, second step, I understood it. In the third step is apply, where I will be finding some questions like some of the parameters will be given to me for the perpendicular for the base, and I need to find out the third parts, right? So that's how we are going to apply that formula. Okay, analyze, breaking down information into component parts. Here we can just say comparison part. In the mathematics Pythagorean theorem, you can see we will be having some of the questions where we are two triangles are attached together, where four values will be given and the two we need to find out. Okay, here you need to compare the one with the others with the similarity with other things, which we call analyzing. At the end, not the end, but the fifth part, evaluate, judging the value of information or idea. Now, in the evaluate part, I need to figure out how I can utilize that Pythagoras theorem in the real life applications. Let's suppose if I am an engineer and I need to build a house, something. I'm a civil engineer, okay, and I need to make a design, a structure which is a earthquake resistant structure. So at that time, how I can utilize that Pythagoras theorem in that way. That is the evaluation. And the create. When I will be creating something new, I will be creating a whole new design using that particular formula, using that particular theorem. That is the final part, where it just let us know nobody is here, where we can just see how we can make our student uh, more like a creative thinker, problem solver, which are the basic 21st century skills for nowadays. Now, for all those who are raising their hand, they can just down their hand because uh, in the next slide, I will be asking some questions where I will be requiring you to raise your hand. So for now, you can just down your hands. Yeah. So this was our Bloom's revised taxonomy, which is totally described in the six stages. Now, what is the best part is that how we are going to utilize this Bloom's taxonomy with the AI tools. Here, I am going to use AI with the Bloom's revised taxonomy. Being an educator, I think you guys are already using the Bloom's taxonomy to set up your question papers. In my university, also, in my college, also, I have seen where it was totally mentioned in the different questions what kind of level we are going to work on in the Bloom's taxonomy. Analyze, evaluate, these type of words they used to use in the question paper. So I believe you all are using the Bloom's taxonomy in your question papers also. Whenever you are setting the question paper for your students, uh, for any uh, for any exams, for any quizzes, assessments, you might be using this. So today, what we are going to do is we are just going to utilize these AI tools with the Bloom's taxonomy. That is going to be a whole new concept for us to learn. Okay, and at the end of the session, you will be able to understand, you will be able to see the difference, the type of education systems that we are having right now, okay, and the type of education system that we want to make. Okay. Uh, in my time, in your time, what we were focusing in, we were just focusing on the marks. We were more focused about the stage one. Remember, in the history also, we just ask our students to learn all the dates, to learn all the events, characters, everything. And what is the use? They just have to write down in the exams. They will be getting the marks. That's it. Now, the same thing they are not going to apply anywhere. The same thing they are not going to use anywhere in the real life. That's how we were supposed to do in the work. But now, as you already know, the AI is already existing. All the students are already aware about the AI tools. No matter how much you will deny your students not to use AI for the answers, they will be using it. They will be writing down their homework using the AI tools, and we cannot do anything. So instead of letting them not use the AI tool, we will Let them use the AI tool, but in a different way. And that different way we'll be having at the end of the session. I will be telling you how we can make it more efficient for the students to use the AI tool, not for cheating, but to understanding. That's why today I got this topic for you, especially for all the educators and for the teachers, so that we can let the students understand the concept of AI and also how they can be a more problem solver and critical thinker using the AI only. Okay, so I will be just giving you some of the briefing over here. The first step is to remember where we can generate some flashcards, we can generate definitions, MCQs. For that, what kind of AI tools I can use is I have ChatGPT, okay, I have Quizlet, ChatGPT's study mode, I have Kahoot, Quiz, and Flamingo. Okay, these are some of the AI tools that you can use for the stage one. Stage two is critic and justify, evaluate. Sorry. Summarize and explain. Understand. Okay. So stage two is to understand. In understand, in my previous session, I was telling you about the notebook element. That can be a perfect AI tool for the stage two for the understanding, where it can summarize, it can make notes for everything. Okay. So some of the examples are over here: ChatGPT, Notebook LM, Gemini, Brisk Teaching, Otter AI, and Elephant. So you can utilize Notebook LM for the second step, summarize and explain. I have already told you it can generate the audio podcast also, and it can generate the video podcast also, and it can be more interactive as you can join the conversation in between in the podcast. Okay. Now let's move towards to the third stage, which is apply. Provide practice exercises. Here, what we can utilize is ChatGPT, Clouday, Magic School, Gemini, Photomath, and Gamma. These are some of the examples that we can utilize at the stage three. Okay. Then again, we are having fourth stage, analyze, where we are going to compare and contrast. Here, we can generate a comparison table also. We can generate a pattern also. Let's suppose we are talking about the history chapter. In the history, World War One and World War Two are the two different things, two different events. Everyone is having a different dates and characters, right? Even the countries also. No, not all the countries were same in the World War One and Two. Okay, so here what we can do is we can generate a comparison box or a contrasting so that the student can be able to analyze the difference between World War and Two. Here, when they will be having a table in front of that, they will be able to evaluate, to analyze what was the different thing that we were having in the World War One and we were having in the World War Two. Why I am taking this history example is so that every teacher can correlate with the things that I am telling right now. Because in the back of the mind, many of us are already thinking this thing. कि whatever I am teaching over here, whatever I am telling you over here regarding the AI, it is only useful for the science, mathematics, ICT teachers, and computer science teachers. But it is not like that. This session is for all subject teachers, whether you are from arts, whether you are from mathematics, you are from social science, you are from history, physics, chemistry, anything. So that's why I'm giving an example related to the history so that all the teachers, all the educators can correlate with the topic that we are having in this webinar. Okay, so that was our fourth step, analyze. Now our next step is evaluate, where we can just write down some critics, justify. Yeah, I have seen some of the teachers right now are using a new way to teach the topic. They are promoting debate in the class. They are giving two topics to two students and ask them to prepare a debate. In that debate, the student will be having a better understanding of that particular events, mostly in the history and in the political science. The teachers are giving a debate where one has to defend and one has to critique it, right? That is the best way to learn for the students to learn the events and the concepts behind the theory, behind the laws. Yeah, so that same thing is over here. You can just find out these type of new methodology to teach your students related to these things. For that, for evaluation, we are having different type of AI tools is ChatGPT, Cloud AI, Site AI, Gemini, Consensus, Advocate. Okay. So these are some of the examples. Now moving towards the final step. Create, where we can promote the project-based learning. We can ask our student to prepare some project. We can ask them to prepare some interdisciplinary unit plans, some innovative classroom tasks you can give, right? So here the design projects and assessments. Here you have to design the assessment programs, right? For that you can utilize ChatGPT, Cloud, Canva AI, Gemini, Co, and Gamma. Yeah, I know here you can find some of the AI tools are being repetitive in each stage because the same AI tool can be utilized in all of the six stages or in minimum two or three stages. Okay, so let's explore each stage in a more detailed way one by one. First of all, let's talk about remember. Remember is knowledge recall. Okay, so here, uh, okay. Just let me ask you one question. If I told you related to stage one, remember we have to use the AI tool where you have to generate some of the definitions, flashcards, or MCQs. So, which AI tool would you prefer or you are using for this stage? Please write down your answer in the comment section. Right now, which AI tool you are using for remember stage or what AI tool would you prefer? Then I will be giving you some more suggestions. Chat GPT. Okay, Shweta ma'am is using Chat GPT. Anyone else? But other Chat GPT again. Aarti ma'am is also using Chat GPT. Okay. Kahoot. Okay. Canva. Bindu ma'am is using Chat GPT and Meta AI. Okay. Vikram sir is using Perplexity. Oh wow. And Sangeeta ma'am is Gemini, Chat GPT, Gemini, Canva, Copilot. Okay, great. So most of the teachers are using ChatGPT and Perplexity for the remember stage, right? Okay, as I can see in the comment section, ChatGPT is having more fanfare, fan following with it. ChatGPT is there for sure. Okay, so how it is going to help? First of all, let me tell you. We can utilize this to generate some vocabulary for flashcards. Where it can be utilized for the mathematics also to generate formulas or something like that. Create factual recall quizzes like MCQs, fill in the blanks. It is not going to be a simple MCQs or fill in the blanks, but with the some of the twist factual. Okay, so that the student can learn the facts. Oh, Sunita ma'am is using magicschool.ai. Oh, that's a great thing. We will be talking about that also. Provide quick definition and examples. Yeah, which is going to be 1 mark question in our question paper. That I remember. Okay. So let's say we are having a prompt over here. Make 10 flashcards with definition of key terms from the water cycle. And the second example is to generate a 10 question multiple choice on the photosynthesis for the grade 6. So first of all, let's explore this Quizlet. Okay. I'm going to just change my channel here. You can see this is the Quizlet. Okay. Here you can sign up for free. Here you can see this is the trial version, right? So what I will be doing is I need to just create a flashcard set. So I will be generating a flashcard over here. You can see it is asking for everything. For the flashcard one, everything is there. So let's suppose I'll just take this from here and I will just paste it over here. Ask it create. Okay, title I need to put. It's going to be water cycle. And we need to choose some terms over here. Evaporation. Here you can make manual flashcard sets. As you can see over here, also the definition you can choose. You can add some images also. And there was one more AI tool where I saw this flashcard thing, and it was really easy to create over there. Yeah, this is the Kahoot. Sign up for free for teachers. It's cool. I'll just sign up with the Google. And here we go. Accuracy mode, learning lecture mode, AI generator, sync with Kahoot templates, duck textures. So we are having a lot of things over here. Create a new Kahoot. Kahoot templates are also there. Some of the AI tools are here. Magicschool.ai. ChatGPT is also there. Let's do one thing. We'll just go to the ChatGPT first. Okay. We got it. Now we'll just take it and I'll just paste it over here. First, the evaporation, I will be just writing down. Convention. Okay. So here we go. I will be taking only two flashcards over here. Okay. You can take as many as you can, and even you can add some images also. So I'm not going to add the images for now, as we are already having some of the time limit over here. Need to term language true. Term language, choose language. English. Okay. Here we go. We have the flash over here. This is the evaporation, and we got the answer. This is the condition, and here at the flip, we got the answer. So that's how you can create these things. Okay. And here the students can also, yeah, I made a teacher's account. No, you can, student can create the teacher's account and we can create a whole classroom over here. Okay. You can see start as a student pass. The teachers can create these quizzes over here, these flashcards over here, and they can share it with the students, and with the students account, the student can attempt these questions and you can check the marks of the students as well. So that's how you can use it. And also for the Kahoot, many of you are already using the Kahoot over here. So we are having a lot of things over here for the free of cost. Yeah, for the some of the applications you will be requiring the pro, but most of them are free, so you can use that thing also. So that was our first thing, which was remember the first stage. Okay, these three can be utilized for this first stage, but other than that, you can also utilize more things. Okay. Next, the second step is to understand. Students are getting addicted to mobile. Uh, Ma'am, we will discuss regarding this topic at the end of the sessions. Okay, because right now we need to cover this topic also, and we are already having a time limit. So once we will complete this thing, we can discuss regarding this topic also at the end of the session. Yeah, so the second step is understand. Comprehension. Okay. And understand, we will be seeking some summary and analogies. Summarize the complex articles for the younger students. Okay. Explain the same concept at different grade levels. Gives analogies and real life examples for clarity to understand. Okay. So now let's suppose we are talking about the Newton's law for grade 3, grade 8, and grade 11. So how we can teach the same concept, Newton's law, in different grade levels? That is going to be our second stage, understanding, where we can utilize ChatGPT, Notebook LM, and Google Gemini. So for now, I will be using the Google Gemini. Okay. So first of all, I'll just take this from here and we will go to the Google Gemini. Google Gemini. We got it? Here it is. And I will be just asking it to generate all the things. Okay, for the Google Gemini, I am having one more interesting thing, but that I will be sharing at the end stage. Okay, so again, we will be coming back to the Google Gemini and we will be discussing about that thing. Okay, for grade three, simple and fun, how we can tell them for the first law, the law of laziness. Okay, and, here you can see the students can correlate it with this. Things like to keep doing what they are already doing. That is being laziness. If they don't want to change that thing, if they are sleeping, they would just would like to sleep. If they are thinking, they just would like to think. And if they are walking, they just would like to walk. So whatever the things like to keep doing, they just doing without anything. Until unless something is asked them to move or to change that particular thing. Okay. The toy car won't move until you push it. That is how we are going to teach a grade 3 student about the Newton's first law by giving a realistic example. Now, for the grade 8, I cannot use the same example, right? So, for the grade 8, we got it for the law of inertia with different example. And for grade 11, we got it for some with some different formulas also. And the example also got more advanced. In the first one, in grade 3, we were using a toy car. In the second one, we were using a simple car. And for the 11th, we are using a satellite concept. So that's how we can utilize our AI tools to make it more integrated with the Bloom's taxonomy, okay, and to let them understand all the concept all together. So as I have already mentioned, the students are already using these type of AI tools right now, even for their homework also. So they will not be able to learn these things. Whenever you are giving any kind of homework, they will do? They'll just go home. They'll just search for it over the chat GPT, over the Gemini. They got the answer. They just copy it, write it down over the notebook, and that's it. Nothing is there, nothing knowledge they are gaining right. Even for the teachers also, being a teacher, we are putting so much efforts. We are preparing all these lesson plans, question papers, and the students are just using the AI to give the answers, and they are not learning. They are not appreciating all those efforts. So how we are going to promote these things that we are going to discuss after all these slides. Okay, so let's move towards to the apply using knowledge. Here we are going to give to practice some word problems, case studies, step by step experiment instructions also, suggest classroom activities, applying knowledge. Let's suppose we are just asking about global warming. All of us are aware that what is a global warming and it is dangerous for our world, right? Now, how we can let the student apply in their knowledge? How? We will be asking them, first of all, why do you think global warming is dangerous? And the second thing, what are the main causes? When we will be asking this question, many of the students will be standing and giving different answers. Ma'am, these are the answers. Due to this, we are facing global warming. Due to this, we are facing global warming. That is the reason. Now, what we can do is we can just ask them to do some experiments on this. How they can minimize all these problems that can cause global warming. Okay, now they will be doing some brainstorming. Yeah, these are the problems. Now, how we have to figure out how we can just reduce this. We cannot reduce our refrigerator thing. We cannot ask people to buy a refrigerator, right? So how, what if we can just make a more efficient refrigerator that will be providing the same features but with minimum pollution, with minimum cause that it will be causing for the global warming. So that's we can ask them to apply these type of concept in their real classes. Instead of letting them know what is the global warming and why it is dangerous, we can ask them to find out, to apply the knowledge that they are having regarding the global warming in the real life also. So for that, for to find these type of problems, to find these type of activities, experimental activities, we can use these three topics. First one is ChatGPT, Cloudy, and MagicSchool.ai. So first of all, I'll just do one thing. I just want to get a step-by-step simple science experiment on air pressure. Okay, I will be going to the Magic School, or let's go to the Cloudy. We will be exploring Cloudy. Here we go. We got Cloudy over here. I will be asking it to generate a simple experiment for me. Here you can see it has written what material will be required, what are going to be the steps, how we are going to work on this, what will be the outcome for it, everything it will be mentioning over here. Okay. And this is for the teachers. So teachers can find out new ways to teach the students regarding these topics. Basically, I would prefer this thing for the physics teachers. Physics, when we are learning in the 11th and 12th, right now, what kind of physics we are having is the theoretical physics, right? And a student don't get that much idea. So how to apply those type of experiments and everything. But we have seen multiple videos over the YouTube also. There is a professor in some other countries who always use some experimental things, some more practical things to teach the same topic of physics that in India we are teaching in theoretical way. Even in most of the countries, we are teaching the physics in theoretical way only. So that is can be an inspiration for us to make the physics subject. Basically, physics is kind of boring for some of the students, and even it is hard for some of the students. So make it more impactful, make it more good, more interactive, knowledgeful for the students. What we can do is we can generate some kind of experiment, a simple science experiments where we can just collect some of the waste materials from our surroundings. जैसे कि यहाँ पे बताया है, empty aluminium soda can, easy to find out. Stove or hot pellet we are having in the physics lab. Songs we are having already in the physics lab. Bowl, tablespoon of water. So these are nothing but a some of the basic needs that we can arrange in the school easily, right? Also, in case it is giving you some of the suggestions which are not possible for us to get, we can just ask it to give us an alternative option for that particular material. So that's how we can work on this thing now. So that's how we can apply this stage 3 in the Bloom's taxonomy using the AI. Teachers don't have that much time. They are already busy with their schedule and everything. Okay. They are very busy. They cannot use these things and they don't have any time, any energy left after going to home to brainstorm and find out these type of experiments. So at that time, what they can do is they can directly go to these AI tools. They can ask them to generate any of the experiment, any of the friction or word problems over the AI tool, and they can utilize those same experiments in the class to make the class more interactive and to let the student understand and apply those same concepts. Okay, not only for physics, but for the history teacher, same goes for the mathematics also. In the mathematics only, if we take the example of trigonometry, in my class, there was 70% students who were afraid of doing the trigonometry equations. Even I liked it, but there were a lot of students who were struggling with it. Why? Because they were not able to apply those formulas in the questions on the in the problems they were getting in the questions paper. Okay, in the exams. So at what time, if we have gotten these type of chances at that time where my teacher was giving me an example, giving me an experiment where I can apply that same formula and I can understand the concept. So at that time, my learning outcome will be more efficient, right? So now the student has received those chances. If I just ask a student to solve a question in the trigonometry, they will be just copy pasting it over the chat GPT. They will be getting the answer. Agree? but they will not understand the concept. They will not be able to troubleshoot. They will not be able to find the wrong. If the answer is wrong, they will not be able to recognize what step was wrong, right? So for that, we can give them some of the experiments, some of the demonstrations, some of the word problems, real life problems, so that they can apply the same formula over there and they can have the better understanding. So these are some of the examples for the AI tools that you can utilize to make it more efficient, to make your class more interactive. Okay, let's moving towards to the fourth step is analyze, critical thinking. In the 21st century skills that we call life skills in some of the school, we are already having these type of labs in our school and we have already initiated these type of things in our school, right? I have seen life skills charts in the classes. The student has prepared a lot of charts related to the life skills where they have mentioned about critical thinking, problem solving, teamwork, creativity, these type of things. So here what we can do is instead of taking a different class for life skills, let's integrate those life skills, those 21st century skills in their CBSE curriculum, in their subject, whether it is science, social science, mathematics, English, anything. Everywhere we can integrate those things, and instead of making it a extra curriculum activity, let's make it a curriculum activity of our CBSE only. Okay, so here you can see we have three suggestions over here: ChatGPT, Scholarcy, or Perplexity. Okay, here you can see we need to differentiate, compare, contrast, and deconstruct. For the history events and characters, we can compare it. If we were having a Akbar and we were having a Babur. So what was the timeline? What was the history of the Akbar? And what was the timeline and the history of Babur? So we can make it a more comparison tool. And at that time, they will be able to understand the differences. They will be able to analyze. In case if you ask any question from them, from the history of Babur, first of all, they will be comparing with the Akbar. Okay, Akbar was born in that year. Now the Babur was born in that year. So when we ask them to compare, they get a more basic knowledge on these things. So for that, we are going to use these of the AI tools. For example, I will be giving some of the examples. Let's suppose we need to compare the renewable and non-renewable energy with the pros and cons in a table format. Or we can say for the Hindi only. Let's suppose Hindi. Analyze the main character's motivation in the story of Mahabharata. Okay. So Mahabharata I will be taking. Let's take this and we will go to the perplexity. Okay. Perplexity. Here we go. And here I will be just writing it down. This is my prompt. So basically, as I have already mentioned, this session is totally related to the prompt engineering. Prompt engineering here, giving the best prompt. Like I have mentioned a clear line, analyze, right? I have defined it that I want the analyzation over here with the main characters of motivations. So if I just would have written down in a simple way, write down the story of Mahabharata, it might be a lot complex, is it? Right? Now, if you can see, they have prepared for Arjuna, Yudhishthir, Karna, Bhishma, Draupadi, Duryodhan. Okay, everything is there now. So they have prepared it. Now, I just want it to be in a table format, in a table, comparison table form. And here we go. Now, when the student will be learning from this table, they will be able to differentiate who were being more loyal, who were being righteous, who were with the loyalty, self-respect, jealousy, and the restoration of dharma. Which one was having what kind of motivations and what was the descriptions. And for being a teacher, we have did this multiple times, but it takes a lot of time for us. to prepare these type of things after using all the books and reading all the summaries, right? So if we are having already having a tool with us which can generate this in a minute, where we don't need to may put a lot of efforts. Being a teacher, we already know all the things. So we don't need to study it again to make all the notes, and we are already having a time consumption with us being a teacher. So for that, teachers can utilize this thing. They can just directly go to any of these AI tools. They can write down, analyze, or create or generate these type of words, and they will be able to find all these things. Now the teacher got their work easy. What they have to do is they just have to read it down, and they just have to figure out how I can make it more interactive for the student. And they don't have to worry about this also. Here I will be writing, write a way to make this table more interactive in the classroom with students of grade 6. Here we go. Now they will be giving you some of the more ideas. Okay. They will be giving you some of the ideas. You can assign each group with each main character. That is a group activity, a class activity where I will be making 4 or 5 groups. Each group will be having one character and they will be giving the summary and the special things. Right? Ask each group to prepare a short skit or act out of the scenario. That is also a great activity. After role play, encouraging the students to explain their reasoning and connect back to the table as they match. So here you can utilize all these AI tools in a very efficient way to just correlate with the Bloom's text phenomenon. Okay. So now moving toward next slide, we are having evaluate, which is judgment and assessment. We always, being a teacher, we need to prepare assessment after each chapter completion. Quarterly assessments are there, monthly assessments are there, midterm exams are there. So we have to prepare a lot of question papers with a lot of questions. And we cannot repeat the same question in the next one, right? So for that we are having the here over here. Evaluate this grade 6 essay on climate change and provide constructive feedback, right? Critics essay presentations help students justify their answer with the reason. What we do is we can just what we used to do in the exam is just give a question. This is the event. Now you have to give your answer. They just learn it. They just uh, learn it word by word, and they just write down the same thing in the question. But now, when I have mentioned, you have to write down your answer, you have to justify your answer with some reasonings. So they have to do the brainstorming. They cannot use the AI tool. Why? Because at that time they will be not able to get the idea how I can justify my answer in the 50 words or 60 words, and my teacher will be able to recognize if I don't write it by my way, right? So for that, we can use some of the AI tools which are ChatGPT, Adobe, and Socratic. Okay, so I will be just giving you some of the examples. You can take the screenshot of these type of AI tools side by side. I'm sharing the slide. Just take the screenshot so that when you will be using the same AI tool, you will be having some of the idea how to use these AI tools. Okay. Although we will be sharing the recording in the last recording also, we are going to upload it over the YouTube. So we will be sharing the YouTube link with you, and this session is also being recorded, so you can find the same session over the YouTube also. But also for your references, you can take the screenshot for all these slides, for all these AI tools. Okay, so we are going to use the Socratic. Socratic. So these are some of the examples. No matter how many AI tools you are having, Okay. But if you don't know how to use those in a more efficient way, there is no meaning to use these AI tools. Okay. So that's why we need to learn how to use these things. AI, responsible AI tool for learning. Sign up. We need to sign up over here. Okay. Yeah, I'm having some network issue, I guess. Let's work with the advice. So perhaps I will be sharing. Here we go. Get started for free. All of the AI tools that we are giving you the suggestion for, all of them are free of cost. You don't need to pay anything. Okay. Yeah. In case you want to use the more advanced feature of them, then you can have the paid subscription also. But for the basic things, you don't need to do these type of things. Okay. Engage activities are there, lesson sheets are there, prior knowledge, 5 E's lesson plan, assessment measurement, backward designs, differentiate instructions. What we are going to do is we just wanted to evaluate essay with the constructive feedback. Sure, miss. Monica, ma'am, you are asking for the certification, right? So the mail ID with which registered over the email link now, you will be getting the same certification over your mail ID only. So please check your mail ID time to time. We will be sharing the certification over there. It will be an auto-generated certification. So after the session, you will be having it over your mail. So you can just check the same mail ID that you have mentioned in the registration part only. So here you can see it has prepared the engagement activities for evaluating a grade 6 essay. Feedback starter, evaluation criteria. Okay, some of the question also it is suggesting me some questions. Would you rather questions? For the recording, ma'am, it will be uploaded on our channel, which is the STEMROBO Technologies over the YouTube. I will be sharing the same link for our YouTube channel. You can find the recording for this meeting over there for this webinar. Yeah. So here you can see they have given us some riddles also, thought experiments also, deep questions also. So Eduate is a good AI tool for everyone. For teachers also, you can see they can generate some unit plan. They can tell you the project-based learning planning, Montessori lessonary plan, Spark Hunters model. Okay, we are having assessment measures. Everything is there. Lesson sheets are also there. Here you can see. So that was the part that we are covering in the evaluate, which was our stage 5. Yeah, ma'am, I will be sharing the YouTube channel link in the comment section after the this webinar. Okay, so you can take the our YouTube channels from there. Okay. And again, at the end, we are having a create. Stage 6, the final stage create, where whatever they have learned, whatever they have evaluate, analyze, all of them need to be used at a one place to create something more interesting, to create something a whole new concept. Okay. Design, generate, produce, develop, and construct. So here what we need to do is design a project-based activity where students create a eco-friendly model city. I'm asking my students to prepare to create an eco-friendly model city so that I can understand in their perspective how do they find a eco-friendly model city? What kind of features they are requiring? What kind of feature they want it in their city? Okay, that is going to be a creative thinking for them, right? They might have listened about the solar panels. They might have heard about it. They might have studied about it. They might have heard about the pollution also. So they will be trying to reduce the pollution by using the CNG or some electrical vehicles. Okay. Second thing, They will be having the understanding of reduce the wastage of electricity from the previous sessions, right? From the previous stages. So they will be trying to make it more automatically so that the student will not, so that the electricity will not be get wasted. So they will be going to integrate all those topics, those different topics in single mode, in single model, and which is going to be our last stage of learning, Bloom's taxonomy create. Now here, what we can do for being a teacher or being a educator, we need to prepare some of the assessments, some of the lesson planners, okay, some of the innovative classroom activities for the students so that they can have these type of things. For that, we can use ChatGPT, Canva AI, and Gemini. Okay. Uh, Teachers, I request you, please don't share your mail ID over here. The same mail ID that you have registered with, you in the link over the mail ID, you will be having your certification. So you don't have to share your mail ID over here. It is going to be a auto-generated certification. So it is going to be over there only. You don't have to share it over here. I request you again, please don't share your mail ID over here in the comment section, please. Okay. So in the create, I will be just creating, develop a 1 week cross curriculum unit combining mathematics, science, arts around the theme climate action. And let's go to the Gemini. Gemini, here we go. It is Gemini. We will be just asking it. Okay, it is asking me to upgrade it. My limit is done. Okay, let's go to the chat GPT. No issues. Here, 1 week cross curriculum unit climate change. First of all, for the day one, it is going to be like this, introduction to climate action. For day two, it is going to be impactful. It has also given me about the science, mathematics and arts also. Day three, renewable energy. Day four, look, it has given me a planner day wise where they are integrating all these three subjects and what activities we can ask our students to prepare. In the arts, we can ask them to sketch before and after climate change landscape. Okay. In mathematics, we can ask that work on percentage and ratio using the climate data. Okay, great. And in the science experiment, we can ask them to create a greenhouse effect in a jar. So that's how we can utilize our AI tool to integrate with the Bloom's taxonomy, which is too much essential for nowadays. And we can ask them to prepare all these things. The teachers don't need to hustle to find out these activities, to find out these experiments, how they are going to interact with the class, and the students will be having a better understanding of these things once the teachers will be having these type of new ideas, right? So now what we are going to discuss is we have already completed the Bloom's taxonomy, right? Now what we used to teach to our students was subjective learning and objective learning. Either they need to give the answer for the questions or they need to write down the MCQ. We are already aware, all the teachers and all the educators, we are aware that all the students are using ChatGPT, Gemini, and AI tools to give all the answers. That means whatever we are generating over here is useless. Why? Because if we are using the chat GPT and we are using the AI tools to generate the questions, they can use the AI tools to generate the answers. So there is no point to give the questions and to give the answers. Student will not be able to learn these things. So what we are promoting over here to make a question paper, to make our learning more like a practical way and more in a applying way. How? As you already know, here in the remember and understand part, what we were having is definition and summary. Even in apply also, we can take it a simple part. Ki if I just give you a question in a mathematics to solve it out, so AI tool can directly generate the answer and all. Now, what we can do is we can ask them to brainstorm. Like I already give an example regarding the debate, right? So if we are talking about political or moral things, so let's suppose I'm just giving a concept. I am just giving a topic for women education, where there are two teams. One need to defend on the women education part, one need to critic on the women education part. So what they will be doing, they will be exploring, they will be understanding, analyzing what are the situations for nowadays, what are the thoughts of the people. They will be doing a survey around the people, if even if they are home, what are the thinking of the people related to that particular topic, what our society means to that particular topic, and what need to be corrected in that particular topic. So will be doing, they will be analyzing, they will be understanding, evaluating, even judging those things. And at the end, they will be creating a whole debate between them, where one will be defending and one will be critiquing on the same base to the same concept, real life concept, not a AI generated concept. So these type of things we can do in our class. Let the students explore it. Let the student do it in a practical way with some of the examples, with some of the experiments, project-based learnings, okay, with model-based learnings. So that's how we are going to promote all these things. Now, coming to the part of students using the AI tools. So, I am just going to give you an example. Right? When I was in the school, it was strictly prohibited to use any of the calculator. Right? We have never used, yeah, yes, ma'am, we are just reading the comments over here. And after the session, we are going to have a question and answer session also. Over there, I will be giving the answer for all of your questions. So you don't have to worry. We are not ignoring you. We are just taking some of the time from you to as it's already 5:17 and we know your time is already precious. So let me just complete it. Let me just complete all the slides, and when I will be having the question and answer session now, then I will be giving the answer for your questions. Okay. So for all the teachers and educators who are having any kind of doubts or any questions, please be patient. In 10 minutes, our lecture will be completed. Then we will be having a question and answer session. Okay. So I was giving an example regarding the calculator. Okay. Till 12th, I have never used calculator in my examination. Okay. But in college, when I was doing my engineering, I was offered scientific calculator to use in my examination. Why? That is the same thing. Calculator is a calculator, right? But before that, in the 12th class, in the 11th class, we can utilize calculator to cheat, right? But in the engineering, they already know, even though they will be doing this part, they will be calculating all the calculations, they will not be able to figure out how to do the steps for that particular solution. For that, there's nothing they can do with that particular scientific. Okay, so they are giving me a scientific calculator as a tool to make my efficiency more efficient, to let me save time and let me utilize my time in a more efficiency, in a more stepwise calculation, right? The same goes for the AI tool. Let not treat the AI as a cheater, but as a partner. Let them use all the AI tools available in the market as a tool to help them to save their time, not to cheat them. Give some of the questions like that, some of the activities, some of the homework like that, where they will be using the AI tool, but not to cheat, but to research to get the better understanding. And at the end of the day, when they will be coming back to you with their answer, with their homework, you will be able to see, yeah, they have used the AI tool, but only as a tool, not as a cheating partner, not as a homework partner. They have used it for a good way, right? Let's suppose, let me just give an example. The same example I have given for the calculator also. My teacher was known कि I am using a scientific calculator and I can solve that question more in less time, right? But they also know कि if she doesn't know the steps, if she doesn't know the basic concept how to apply formula, apply, evaluate, analyze, and create. At that time, that scientific calculator is nothing for me, which is not useful for me. So I need to use my analogy, I need to use my applying of knowledge over it. So same AI tool can be utilized as their utilization tool, as their analyzing tool, evaluating tool, applying tool, but not as if they don't have the basic understanding of that particular topic, they will not be able to answer by using the AI. So that's what I am referring to, and that's what we are promoting. Yeah, we know the students are already using the mobile phone and they need to. Ma'am and sir, if they don't use the mobile phone, if they don't use the technology, they will lag behind. In China, Japan, UK, US, each student is having a better understanding of technology and they are up to date with the technology, right? And if we just restrict our student, our child to use these AI tools, to use this technology, so after 5 years, when other world will be using the same technology to enhance their thing, to enhance their devices, to enhance their working efficiency, at that time our student will be lagging behind. They will not be able to adapt. So for that, let the student use the AI tool, but not as a cheater, but as a partner. And same goes for teachers also. For the teachers, AI is not replacement. Yeah, but what can be the replacement is a teacher who is not using the AI, who are not so aware with the AI. So whenever there will be a teacher who is having a good knowledge of AI, they will be coming for the interview. They can replace the other teachers who are not using the AI right now. Why? Because this is the trend, and that is the demand of the situation. We need to fulfill the demand of the situation. I will not take your too much time. So let's coming back to the topic. Best practices in prompt engineering. Be specific and structured. Give role to AI. Okay. If you just want it to be a lesson planner, tell it to be a lesson planner. If you just want it to be curriculum designer, tell him. Okay. So you have to specify the role for the AI. Use step by step prompts. Okay. If you are requiring a step by step question and answer, you always mention to in the question with the student, you have to write down the step by step. So same goes for AI. We need to specify if we are requiring a step by step thing. Iterate and refine results. Encourage higher order thinking and don't give vague prompts like explain maths and like this. These are just useless. Okay. So for example, weak prompt is explain photosynthesis. It will be giving you whole picture for the photosynthesis. Now what the strong prompt can be, explain photosynthesis to grade 6 using a short story, a diagram and a 5 MCQ for the assessment. So when you will be writing down, it will be just getting the knowledge of your requirement, your desired answer, and will be giving you the desired answer. Okay. Now, future ready education. So I have already mentioned AI is your partner, not a replacement. So teachers who leverage AI tools with a better play prepared for 21st century education, those are future ready education. And prompt engineering is a skill to save your time, personalize learning, and enhance creativity. Okay. So here's the last quote of the day. AI won't replace teachers, but the teachers who use AI will replace those who don't. So please start using your AI even though you are against of it. Yeah, I know some of the teachers we have met who are too much against of the using AI, that we should not use the AI. It is not more so efficient. But we promote why? Because whole world is using it. The new technology are coming around. Even your washing machine is smarter right now. Your refrigerator is smarter right now. So that our children, our students need to be smarter. And also for them to need a smarter educator and teachers need to be smarter. So we promote AI over here and we kindly request you to use these AI tools, save your time and make your teaching practices more efficient. So that was from my side for today. I hope you enjoyed my session for today. Yeah, I know I have taken a lot of time from you guys. But in the next session, we are not going to take that much time. It is going to be only 1 hour session. So yeah, we got the question and answer session now. So whatever your queries, your concern with questions, you can ask right now, and I can give you the answers. Okay, let's scroll down for the comment section. I was having some of the comments over here, and okay. Yeah. So Bindu ma'am was telling many schools are not allowing teacher to share links of the quizzes or homeworks just to ensure students don't use mobile for schoolwork. Ma'am, even if you will be giving a printed question paper now, they will be using the mobile phone at their home. They will be typing down the answers in the chat GPT and they will be finding the answers and they will be writing down the same answer with the pen. That is proper what? Cheating. They will be just writing it down, taking their time to decorate it, not to understand it. So even though some of schools are not promoting it now, we recommend you should take this thing with your higher management that we need to make our students more advanced. If we want our students to be upgraded with the new technologies, we need to make it. Yeah, we agree that mobile phone, using the mobile phone too much is not so good for the health for the students as well, and that we also don't promote. Okay, but at some limit, they need to. If they don't, they will not be able to understand what is going on nowadays. Okay. So, yeah, let's suppose if you are unable to share the quizzes link or something like that, you don't have to. You can just generate the quizzes using the AI tool. You can print them or you can write it down or you can just ask that as a verbal questions in your classroom also. It's just for you to just save your times being a teachers. Okay. Students are getting addicted of mobile phones. Okay, so I think, Bindu ma'am, I have given the answers for your question. In case you are not so much satisfied with the answer, you can write down the question again, which part was not satisfied by you, and I will be giving the answer. No issues. Okay. Then can you please share the presentation? Sure, ma'am. I will be sharing after this session. Okay. Yeah, when are we going to get the certification? Okay, ma'am, already mentioned with the same mail ID that you have registered over the link, you will be getting a certification over that only. You don't have to worry about that. Same question again. Please give the YouTube channel. Yeah, sure. Let me just give it to you right now. You just have to go to the YouTube. You have to search over here, STEMROBO Technologies Private Limited. Okay. Here, this is our channel. I'm just sharing the link with you also. Here you can find out a lot of sessions we have conducted. Okay. Here you can see it was our last session to becoming our lab in action. Here, this is the notebook LM session that I took in the last session. So we have a lot of things over here. I'm just sharing you the link. Okay. Here, channel, copy channel ID, and here. This is the channel ID. Also, let me share the link. I'm unable to copy it right now, but for sure I will be sharing it with you after this session, okay? And the next question was, I was asking some question. Let me find it. We won't be getting any certification. Just ma'am was asking. Yeah. So, ma'am, you will be having the certification. All of our webinar are certified webinar. You don't have to worry about this. Okay, and you will be having your certification over your mail ID in case you are not finding. You can just give your reply to this chat box also. And also, I'm just sharing you one mail ID, okay, where you can raise your queries, and then we can work on it. In case you are not okay, just give us 1 week. Okay, today is 4th of October. You will be having your certification by 10th of October. In case you don't find your certification till 10th, I'm sharing a mail ID over here. You can write it down over here. It is helpdesk@stemrobo.com. You can write down your name and your school name on this mail ID, and then we can give you the certification. But yeah, we are just asking you till the 10th of October. Till the 10th of October, you will be having this certification at your mail ID. Okay. After 10th of October, in case you are not having your mail ID, at that time you can write down. Okay. And okay. Was informative. Thank you so much, ma'am, for your kind words. All of the teachers, all of the sirs who are giving me the feedback, thank you so much. Also, we will be sharing the feedback after the session. You don't have to worry about it. Can we use NoteLM podcast feature? Yeah, you can use, ma'am. Which AI is more appropriate for mathematics? Yeah, I was having one over here. Let me share it with you. For mathematics, I was having one. Here you can see photo math. Over there, you just have to click down the picture and you will be having the answer. Photo math is there. Okay. I will tell a way to write a good script to stage. For the script, you can use Gemini, ChatGPT, Cloud also, Canva. Canva can write down a good script for you. You can use the Canva also. Okay. So I guess we are done with all the questions. If you are having any questions right now, the feedback link will be shared, ma'am. And so after this session, you will be having the feedback link. You don't have to worry about this thing. So any other questions that you are having right now, please write down your comment, write down your questions in the comment section. And after that, we can conclude this session. I will not be taking your much time. I already know being a teacher, your time is too much precious. Okay, so no questions are there. So we can conclude this session over here. Thank you so much, all of you, to give me your precious time. And we hope we will be meeting again in the next session. I will be coming with more informative ideas and with more new AI tools in the next session also. So let's hope we will meet soon. Thank you so much. Yeah, the next session's details will be shared over the group, same group. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much, ma'am, for your precious time. Yeah. Have a nice day.